Hello guys, this is Ijaz once again with you with new topic. Today we're going to talk about the Ecmo, and in Ecmo you will always find two common incidents. Number one, pump failures. Number two, air in the circuit. So today we'll talk about the air in the circuit. So what can be the causes of air in the circuit? We're going to talk on this. Number two, what are the preventions we can take, prevention measurements we have to take to prevent air in the circuit. Number three, management of air in the circuit. So what are the causes? What can be the causes of air in the circuit? Air in the circuit, number one, there is a chance of your CVP or A lines, the connections are open, we need to keep it in close. The stopcock should be stopped and closed properly. Sometimes we are careless and we didn't notice that the central venous lines, CVP lines connections, the three-way was opened, and which can cause air in the circuit. Number two, the time of insertion of the CVP lines and the time your Ecmo is already on a running mode. So make sure the time of insertion of your CVP line or any insertion of any extra cannula, the time of insertion, your Ecmo circuit should be in a low flow or either in a stop mode. So there's to prevent the air in the circuit. These are the two common reasons. The third reason for air in the circuit is, the most common reason is, we used to use CRRT for the dialysis purpose during Ecmo, and we attach the CRRT connection with our Ecmo circuit or sometime with your central lines connections. So the time they hooked and after the procedure of the CRRT, we forget to stop the connections of the CVP, which can cause air in the circuit. Number four, rupture of your connectors, tubings connectors can cause air in the circuit. Number five, dislodgement, emergency dislodgement of your venous or arterial cannula can cause air in the circuit. So these are the common causes of air in the circuit. We are to keep in mind we are talking about the Ecmo circuit, not cardiopulmonary bypass circuit. We are talking about the Ecmo circuits, and in Ecmo circuit we are using centrifugal pump. Hope it is clear. So what are the preventions we can take to prevent air in the circuit? Our all connections of the circuit should be properly secured and stopped. Number two, all our central lines or arterial lines connection should be properly secured and stopped. Number third, in each shift of your nursing staff or medical staff, you need to check the circuit, cannula secure, and your connectors and cannula should be secured properly, pump head is secured properly, your machine and the patient's position should be in a safe mode, and your system is running safely and adequately to maintaining the patient's saturations. So these are the preventions we can take to prevent air in the circuit. Now, but in case of you get a air in the circuit, how do you notice and how you will get information that there is a air in the circuit? My dear brothers and sisters, the time of air in the circuit, you will find one abnormal noise like in the circuit. This is the physical appearance, and the sound you will find if there is air in the circuit. Number two, your flow should start fluctuating from low flow to zero flow. From the patient side, patient start desaturating if the patient is fully dependent on Ecmo. So these are the main way, the reasons you can notice there is a air in the circuit. So if you notice air in the circuit, now there is two type of air in the circuit. If it is minor air, don't be panicked, no need to stop your circuit. Just keep open the hydrophobic port open if there is availability of the hydrophobic port on your oxygenators. Through that the air can remove and without stopping your pump circuit. But in case your flow is decreased and you are not able to achieve the flow because of the massive air, please make sure your communication among the team should be effective and should be very clear. Inform to the team, we are going to stop the Ecmo circulation. Make sure there should be a team available from the nursing and from the medical team. So one can take care of the patients, the other can take a command on the medications, and third one, like the respiratory therapist, if is available, he can be take care of the ventilation of the patient. So the time you're going to stop the circuit, clamp on the return line, inform to the respiratory therapist to start the ventilation from the ventilator 100%. From the nursing point of view, from the medications like an increase your inotropes in case your patient start desaturation and decreasing dropping the pressures. So in case of any arrest, your team should be available to do the CPR. Here from the circuit point of view, clamp your return line. And if you are using cardio help machines, as you know, in a cardio help, your oxygenator and a pump is built in together. Just fix the 50cc syringe on the pigtail of your oxygenator, from pigtail, priming pigtail from the oxygenator, pre-pigtail from the oxygenator, and remove 150 ml from the oxygenator, the volume, and make sure there is no air in your oxygenator. Increase your RPM from the 0 to 1000 RPM, and see if there is a minor air, you can bleed through the top of your connections from the pigtails, bleed and make sure there should be no air, and inform to the team that you are going back to the full flow and release your clamp from return and keep it the required flow by increasing your RPM. And keep open your hydrophobic port connection till 30 minutes. So make sure the air should be removed through the hydrophobic port. So hydrophobic port should be open till only for 30 minutes. After that, you make sure that you need to stop it, close it. Otherwise, there is a chance of leakages of the plasma. But if you're using like the other consoles having the separate pump and separate oxygenators, like we have the Xenius, we have a Centromag, we have the PLS, and different machines are available in the market. So make sure the time you clamp the return line, you have to remove your pump head from the drive unit, and the same you have to hook the 50cc syringe on the top of the pre-membrane pigtail and remove air and make sure air is removed. Then fix back your pump head to the drive unit and increase the RPM like 1000 and bleed the oxygen if required. Increase your flow, inform to the team that you are going back to the full flow. And the most common part during this procedure, one of the bedside nursing should make sure the cause of air in the circuit. So you have to rectify the source of air. So if you forget to rectify the source of air, you will get the same scenario, air in the system again. So before leaving the patient, make sure you already rectify the source of air in the system. So hope my point is very clear. Have a nice and good day. Take care. God bless you.